There we are. Good morning, guys. Welcome to, what's today? Tuesday. Welcome to today. Welcome to my broadcast. So sorry that I'm late today. Having some technological difficulties this morning. We're currently overcoming technological difficulties in Jesus' name this morning. Facebook's being stupid and Restream's being stupid, so it took me a minute to get on here. My apologies for being late, but I'm here and glad to see you this morning. Welcome to you, Michelle. Great morning to you, Kathy. What's up, girl, Kat? Good morning to you, Autumn. What's happening, Maggie? What's going on, Camille? Good morning to you on Periscope. Appreciate you, my other Maggie. Appreciate you as well. Y'all are amazing. We're going to talk about one very, very powerful and important subject this morning. That is the topic of imposter syndrome. Many of y'all know I did a challenge last week, and I did a 7-day branding challenge and working with a very powerful group of entrepreneurs to help them in their businesses, their brands, their mindsets, and their products last week. And one very, very powerful topic that just kept coming up was imposter syndrome, and a lot of the people that I was talking to didn't realize that it was imposter syndrome that it was bringing up. It was just a lot of the questions like, Justin, how could I do this? Is this really possible for me? What about this? What about that? What about them? What about this? And it's a lot of imposter syndrome going on out there, y'all. And imposter syndrome will debilitate you, y'all, and it's something that you don't just deal with as a startup. You deal with it at all the different stages that you kind of grow up into, and it's something that you have to intentionally overcome. So we're going to overcome that today. I'm going to give you 3 very powerful ways that you can really overcome that imposter syndrome once and for all. That is our topic for this morning. I see all your comments. I appreciate all of y'all. I know last week was crazy because a lot of y'all, I wasn't live right here formally. So glad to be back, and I got some more news for you this week as well. But let's dive in real quick. If you know me, you know who I am. I'd love to have you hit that share button, get it out to your people. If you're brand new and you've never seen me before, welcome. I would love to know that it is your first time. If you want to give me a hashtag first time in the chat stream, I would love to say hello, and my crew would love to make you feel welcome. And then lastly, guys, I love my replay viewers. I appreciate every one of y'all that has taken the time to check this out on the replay. I would love for you to give me a hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. I do see the comments on this broadcast, and I do respond to those as well. So even though you're watching this on the replay, you can absolutely interact with it. All right. On that note, guys, we are going to jam because, you know, I do not waste my time and I choose not to waste yours. So let's roll. All right, y'all. That is who I am. That is what I do. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your idea into a profitable and sustainable brand that rises up in this challenging digital marketplace to draw in the 21st century consumers that want and need what you have to offer. Guys, I broadcast live every single weekday morning from Tuesday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hooking you guys up with business building tips, hacks, and principles. Anything I can give it up. You grow your business, expand your ministry, bring your vision to life, and grow that brand of yours online in this digital marketplace. All right, Rosalind, good morning, girl. Dia, you found us. Good morning to you. Stephanie, what's happening, girl? Appreciate you being here. All right, Tammy, I see you. Good morning, Sheila. What's up? All right, let's dive into imposter syndrome real quick before I do that. FYI, tomorrow morning I am hopping a jet plane to the West Coast, and I'm hosting a business mastermind retreat from Wednesday through Sunday. So as of tomorrow, I will not be broadcasting formally at my normal 8 o'clock hour for the rest of the week. This is the only day you get me this week. It's a wild month, this month of February, but it's a good one. So I'm gonna be traveling. I am gonna do some broadcasts over the next few days, but they're gonna be more spontaneous and informal. And I just want to kind of share with you the things that I'm teaching my mastermind, and just kind of capture some in the moment stuff. And I want to do some on location stuff. We're gonna be in the beautiful city of Phoenix and North Scottsdale. It's gonna be gorgeous, and so I'll share some of that journey with you, but I will not be on live at my normal 8 o'clock time for the next 3 days. So just FYI, if you show up at 8, I won't be here, okay? FYI on that. Let's dive into imposter syndrome. All right, so I'm going to give you my quote, and this is one of my quotes of the day, and this is a quote that I actually shared with my group last week because it's so important to recognize this, and I want all of us to get this because imposter syndrome is very, very real. And basically, in case you don't know the term imposter syndrome is basically when you your mind becomes an imposter of your gift, and basically you've got a gifting. Every single one of us does, y'all. All right, own it, believe it. The Lord has given you a gift. He's given you a talent. He's given you an ability to do exactly what He has called you to do. He's got an assignment on your life. Somebody want to give me an amen to that? Like you've got some stuff. You've got some things that He's gifted you with, and so what I know is that every single one of us have those giftings, have those unique abilities that He's given each one of us to be who He has called us to be. The problem is you allow the lies of the enemy up here to saturate and overwhelm the gifting that He's put in here, and He's given that to you. So imposter syndrome is when you allow your mindset to derail your gift, and you start believing things like, I don't know if this will ever work for me. Who will really ever pay for something from me? Will people really listen to what I have to say? So there's too many other people working in this realm that I just couldn't possibly, right? I don't know if I have the drive. I don't know if I have the talent. I don't know if I have the blah, blah, blah. Delete and cancel those statements off my life, and delete and cancel them off your life as well. And when I say delete and cancel, I'm talking about the conscious language, and I'm talking about how to speak life over your life. And when you realize that you've said something that is just an absolute straight up lie, you want to delete that statement off. You want to delete that statement from your mind and cancel its impact off your life. So when I say delete and cancel, it's because I realize I just said something that I don't want to take place in my life. So I'm going to delete and cancel that thing. So imposter syndrome is basically when you have allowed your mind to derail your gift. And so we're going to talk about that today. And I'm going to give you three different practical ways that you can start to work on overcoming that, okay? So my quote of the day for you is this, and this is my quote, is that there is no level of guidance, no level of support, no level of training, and no level of resources that can take you beyond your belief system. If you do not believe it is possible for you, it will not happen for you. It all starts up here. Success starts in the mind. Growth starts in the mind. Breakthrough starts in the mind. All those things that you're wanting to accomplish this year start up here. That idea, that dream that you have starts up here. You have to believe it is possible for you and be willing to commit your mind to that process before you will ever experience anything in the natural. It's got to happen between your ears. So let's talk about what's going on between your ears. First thing I'm going to give you, number one, is to adopt an action mentality. And this is very simple, but it's very powerful. Theron, good morning, girl. Thanks for coming in. This is very simple. This is very powerful. And if you're hopefully you've got yourself in a position where you can take some notes, I want you to grab yourself a piece of paper. I'm going to do this with you just because it's fun. All right? This is a very simple, very practical thing. Blank piece of paper. We are going to adopt an action mentality. All right? I want you to draw a line straight down the middle of the piece of paper. Nothing crazy, all right? Now, on the left side, I want you to think about when you're wrestling with an imposter syndrome. Usually, it's because you are thinking about other people that are doing what you want to be doing, and you don't believe that you could be that successful. Or I could never see myself being like a blank. Or there's no way I could compete with so and so, or whatever. And so you delete and cancel those statements off my life. So you believe that it's possible for other people, but it's not possible for you. Now let me just park there. Can you see that for yourself? Can you see that when you think about your dream, your idea, the business that you're trying to start, you're constantly seeing how you're struggling, but isn't it easy for you to look at other people that are doing it and you can be like, well, I can see that it's possible for them. I just not sure it's possible for me. I could see it's possible for Justin because he's Justin and the way he does things, I could see why he's successful. I could see that he could do what he's doing, and I could see that it's possible for him. I just don't know that it's possible for me. You can see that, right? You can see that it's possible for other people. You just don't believe it for you. It's important to see that. It's important to understand that. So if you can go there, if you can put your mind there, I want you to think of a person or or a couple people even. Think of some people that you know that you believe what you want to do is possible for them. All right? And Camille says, "Why do you think we do that? It's possible for them, but not me mindset." Hopefully we're gonna unpack that, Camille. Hopefully we're gonna unpack that this morning. So I want you to think about that person. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's like I can see how Justin can be successful building an online business, but I just don't know if it's possible for me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's somebody in your network marketing team. Maybe it's someone else in your industry. Maybe it's a mentor you have. Maybe it's a peer that you have. Maybe it's an influencer that you're aware of. All right, I want you to think about someone that you believe that business, that success, that growth, that income is possible for them, but you're struggling to really see if it's possible for you. I want you to think about them. So we've got this line, and you might write their name. Draw yourself a line and write their name at the top of it. And now what I want you to do is I want you to think about what you think makes them successful. What do you think? What are they doing? And I'm going to get you started down this process, but this is something that you're probably going to have to do when you can really, really think about that. But you just think about that person's name, that person that you believe it is 100% possible for them to be successful. Think to yourself, why? Why are they successful? Because they've got the right connections. Because they are disciplined. And maybe they have the financial means. Maybe they have ideas. Maybe they have, maybe they live in a different area. Maybe they have more of a metro area. Maybe they have more potential to meet new people. Maybe they have, maybe they're prettier. Maybe they have more access to resources. Maybe they have a degree. Maybe they went to a certain type of school. Maybe they have a certain type of upbringing. But this is what I want you to challenge with yourself, though. I want you to challenge yourself to just call bull on some of that. Like, one of the people that I've looked up to for many, many, many years since I started in business is someone that I've always just been like, I'm gonna be like that guy some days. Eric Worre. I love Eric Worre. Eric Worre is incredible. He's an incredible speaker, incredibly talented. I love the way he speaks. I love the way he teaches. I love his products. I love his brand. I love the whole deal. He's just very, very much and super impressed with Eric Worre. So I could go down. I could be like, Eric Worre has a relentless mindset. Eric Worre is not afraid of his gift. Eric Worre is confident. He's a great speaker. He's got an ability to see into people. Whatever. You just start making start writing down all these things. Anything that you can possibly think of that makes that person successful. That's the left side of your paper. Okay? Write down anything you possibly think of. Once you make this list, and the things that you think make that person successful. Again, when I tell you I want you to call bull, is I can't say, for Eric Worre, he's got the financial means. Well, yeah, he's got the financial means now, but he didn't have the financial means when he started. If you ever heard Eric Worre's story and how he grew up and all the things that he had to do to get to the success that he's at, and the discipline he had, the commitment he had, the trials he went through, the failures he experienced. Like, I have to be cognizant of what Eric went through. So yeah, while he has the financial means now, he only has the financial means now because he's reached his level. Now, he didn't have the means when he was coming up, so I can't use that as an excuse. I can talk about ideas, I can talk about discipline, maybe location's important, but I want to try to identify what I believe made Eric successful. Maybe, if you're looking at Justin, maybe it's, well, Justin can do this because he's got all these ideas and he's sharing content all the time. He's got abilities that I don't have. He can do all this technological stuff. He's got, he started he started live streaming back when live stream was new, and now it's not new anymore. He got ahead of the curve. He got connected to the right people. Whatever things you think make someone successful, write those down. That's on the left. Now, we've got this line down the middle. And again, number one, what we're talking about is to adopt an action mentality. And an action mentality is when you realize that action eliminates doubt. When you start challenging yourself to and really forcing yourself to take action on something, the more action you learn to take, the more doubt you will eliminate. Can anybody testify to that? Because that's really a story of my life, especially in being in my own business, is the more I would question myself and the more I would doubt what's possible for me and be like, no, I just need to make a move. I just need to make a move, and I just need to get myself doing something. Because if I'm doing something, if I'm making moves, and if I'm trying something, it's like the action suffocates the doubt. It's like the doubt needs oxygen, and the only way it can get oxygen is by you sitting stagnant. So the more you sit stagnant, you're feeding your doubt. Because you're giving your doubt room to breathe. You're giving your doubt room to think. You're giving your doubt room to manifest. But if you're like, you know what, Sherry, I'm just going to get up and I'm going to move. I'm going to take some steps. I'm going to make some moves today despite the fear, despite all not having all the answers. I'm going to take some steps. And when you start taking some steps, your doubt gets suffocated. Because the only way doubt can really manifest is when you're sitting still. I mean, can you guys testify to that? I mean, when doubt really comes in, when fear really comes in, is when you're sitting still. It's when you go to bed at night and you lay awake in bed and you're thinking, you're not moving. And so that's when all the fear creeps in. It's when all the doubt creeps in. It's when you decide to stop working, go sit on your couch and watch Netflix and eat pretzels. I love pretzels, but pretzels feed doubt and pretzels feed insecurity. No, they don't. But the sitting still does. All right. So when you're sitting still, that's what feeds that imposter syndrome. So one of the best ways to begin overcoming it is to start making some moves, start taking some steps. So now if you go back to this list, you got the person or a few people up top that you think of things that make them successful, and you've got all these things on the list that you think make them successful. I want you to go through this list, and I want you to start picking some things that you can do. You know what? They've got ideas. I've got ideas too, and I'm going to draw a line over here, and I'll be like, I can come up with some ideas. I can spend some time brainstorming, and you know what? If it's something that if ideas are hard to come by, then I'm going to get plugged in with some people that can help me give me some ideas. I'm going to join a Facebook group. I'm going to join a meetup. I'm going to go to a networking event. I'm going to go to my local chamber of commerce. I'm going to do something to help feed my creative fuel so I can get some ideas, because I need some fresh ideas on how I can connect to some people, and you may be running out of them today. So if you need some fresh ideas, the only thing that's stopping you from getting some fresh ideas is you. That's why I put in the chat in the broadcast title, like, get out of your own way with your excuses. The only reason that these other people that found success by leveraging their ideas is because they found a way to manifest the ideas and they acted on them. So you can do that. There's nothing stopping you from creating your own ideas, all right? So maybe you need to do some ideas. They're like, well, that person's more disciplined than me. I'm going to draw a line over to this side. I can be more disciplined. Discipline is a choice. I said discipline is a choice. Some of y'all like, it's just I really struggle to get up on time. I know that routine is important, but I haven't committed to it. You don't have a lack of discipline. You got a lack of commitment. Because a lack of discipline represents a lack of commitment. If you're not disciplined to do the things that are absolutely necessary for you to do in your business, it's because you're not committed to your craft. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a commitment problem. You're not committed to that thing. You're not willing to give it 100%. You haven't determined that this is a necessity for you. You've made success optional. You're like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll try. No. You don't try. You either do or you don't do. There's nothing in the middle. It's that D word, Tammy. So I can be more disciplined. That's a choice. So I can say to myself, you know what? I need to be more disciplined with this. And again, if you say, well, Justin's been able to blank because he's really, really disciplined. Look at him. Look at how consistent he is. He's been doing this for whatever. It's a choice. My God, Lord. Listen, I have been doing this, y'all, for 4 years. And I have been through the trenches. Some of y'all know my story. Some of y'all know what I've been through. Man. And when I started my business, success was not optional. Failure was not a choice. It was like, I am going to figure this out. And I am going to push through, and I am going to do whatever it takes to be successful. I'm relentless about it. Are you so relentless about succeeding in your business and in your craft that nothing will stop you? You've got to establish the discipline. Maybe it's the right connections. Well, that person's got, the right connections. There's nothing stopping you from getting the right connections. The reason why you don't have the right connections is you're not going out to pursue them. You're not going out to find them. So I can start drawing lines over here. I can say, you know what? That person's a great speaker. I'm not a great speaker. All right, well, maybe you're not a great speaker yet, but you can go join Toastmasters for free right now. You can go attend one session and get plugged in and see what that looks for you, and you can pay a membership to join Toastmasters, and it's cheap. You skip coffee for a couple days, and you can join Toastmasters and learn how to be a great speaker. That's a choice. That's a choice. So you're like, you know what? I'm not a great speaker. I really feel like I need to be a great speaker to get attention in this marketplace. Okay, well then go learn how to be a great speaker. Well, Justin, a book is new business card. Everybody's got a book. Okay, well then learn how you can tell your story. A great way to do so is to go to Toastmasters, and they'll learn how to begin to help you communicate your story. Maybe you need to go through a book writing course. Maybe you need to go and learn how to begin tying together the different pieces of your life and how you can make those into a powerful story. You don't have to have some dysfunctional, some crazy life-changing thing to write a book. You can write a book on the gift that God has given you and what it makes you passionate to do and to be and to teach. So I want you to, as you go through this for every one of y'all, you write these things on the left, and then you start looking for, how do I adapt an action mentality? They do all turn out to be excuses, right? And there's certain things like, well, that person lives in an area that has way more influence. I live out in the country. Okay. You guys both have the same access to the same internet. So maybe you need to figure out how you can make some connections there. Whatever it is for you, adopt an action mentality is starting by looking at what you believe makes these other people successful, and then realizing that a lot of those things are a decision. They're not a wall in your way. They're not a roadblock. They're a decision. They're a commitment. They're things that you can actually step out and do right now. Do you see it on your own list? That's all I care, is that you can see it. And now it may not necessarily be that you can do all of them. You might list out 20 different things on here that you believe makes someone else successful. But when you list those things out, you might be able to pick 3 or 4. Be like, you know what? I may not have all of these things yet, but there's 3 or 4 or 5 things on here right now that are not, there's nothing stopping me from doing that. And you adapt and you adopt an action mentality, and you're like, I can do that. Now the question is, will you do that? Again, y'all, action eliminates doubt. If you are constantly consumed with doubting yourself, questioning yourself, disbelieving the things that you are really thinking you're wanting to go do and not really believing it's possible for you, you're probably sitting stagnant. You're sitting still too long. You're thinking too much. You need to give yourself some things to get working on, and so that you can start pursuing these different ideas that will absolutely get you moving forward in the right direction. Okay? That's number 1. All right? Do that. It's very effective. Number 2 is what I say, flip the script. Number 2, flip the script. When I tell you to flip the script, what I'm going to challenge you with is I'm going to challenge you to change your perspective by embracing what you perceive to be your weaknesses. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to challenge you to change your perspective by embracing what you perceive to be your weaknesses. Every one of us believe we have weaknesses. Some of us, a lot of us do have certain weaknesses in some areas, but some people portray certain things as weaknesses when they're actually opportunities. For example, you might say, you know what, Justin, I'm slower than everybody else. I feel like everybody else moves so fast and thinks so quickly. And I don't know how I could possibly position myself and really try to get in this market that just moves so fast. So you might view your pace and the way you operate as a weakness, when in all actuality there is a large audience of people that are just like you, that also find social media to be really fast and really high paced and really overwhelming. So instead of trying to say, well, I need to go out here and be fast and engaging like everybody else, maybe I flip the script and be like, you know what? This is my pace. This is how God designed me. I don't have to try to become someone I'm not. Let me engage with the type of people that He designed just like me, and maybe I can create something that appeals to that audience of people that also move slow just like me. And so now I can appeal to those people and actually create some intention around attracting people that are just like me. Because guess what? You have a perfect audience of people that are designed for you. Just you. And you're going to, one of the things I was really hammering on my people last week going through this challenge is that people don't pay for information. People pay for the person who's delivering the information. So you may have a specialty or a gift or an idea. You may be teaching something that you feel is saturated. There may be 10 options of people right now in front of that person that's trying to figure out how to get help. And they're looking at all these different people and like all 10 of you do the same thing. But that person, I like them because they're not so loud. And they slow it down a little bit. They simplify it a little bit. I don't feel so rushed. I don't feel so pressured. I don't feel so inadequate. I feel like I could really engage with that person because I feel like they're going to hold my arm and they're going to walk with me through this process. So while you started out saying, I'm just so slow, I don't know if I'm going to really be able to keep up with this. You change that, you flip the script and you say, you know what? Yeah, the Lord designed me this way. I can be slow. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because slow and steady wins the race. Doesn't mean that us fast ones, because I'm fast. I'm a mover. I'm a shaker. Doesn't mean us fast ones can't win some races too. But there's power in slow and steady. Tammy says that statesman will set somebody free. Right? Your pace is exactly the speed you need. Exactly right. Right? It's exactly right. So you have to flip the script. Let me give you another one. Your perceived weakness. Again, change your perspective by embracing your perceived weakness. Some of y'all also, some of y'all are like, Justin, I see all these people doing all these lives. I see all these people doing all these, the broadcast and the flashy graphics, and there's no way. You might feel like you're not techie. Good morning, Michelle. Thanks for coming in, girl. You might feel like you're just not technologically savvy, and that's too much for you, and that you're feeling like that's a challenge for you, that you just can't operate as technologically savvy. Again, that's not necessarily a weakness. You can give yourself an advantage by simplifying, because I will tell you, and I know this to be true because I've had people tell me this, not all people are attracted to a flashy program. Some people are intimidated by a flashy program. Some people I wish you would just pull up your phone, no makeup, and just talk to me like a human. That's how some people engage. I got a client of mine right now that she is so good at just being down to earth and natural. She just does her lives. She connects to her girls. She focuses on coaching moms, and there's no flash, there's no blitz, there's no crazy technological stuff, and she doesn't do that. She doesn't want to do that. I don't want to be flashy. She's like, I want to connect to the mom that's busy, that's got kids on her hips, and I'm just going to go and I'm just going to have a chat with her real quick, and I'm going to be real with her, and I'm going to be engaging with her, and if she needs some information, I'm going to simplify that process for her. All she's got to do is reach out to me. She doesn't have to go to a website. She doesn't have to go look at all these different things. She can just connect to me. So again, change your perspective, and the things that the inadequacies that you feel you have, they're not inadequacies. They're the way God made you. Now, there's certain things that you may need to get some help with if you need to get some stuff done, and that's awesome. But you need to realize that God made you who he made you. He's designed your personality, your skill sets, your mind, the way you operate, the way you think, the way you click, what's appealing to you. He's designed all those things for you to be who you are, and I think more importantly, not only for you to be who you are, but for you to attract the type of people that you are designed to attract. Because you can turn off people, and you honestly, you will turn off people by being someone that you're not. The way I do things is me. This is me. I am flashy. I've been flashy since I was a little kid. I mean, I remember when I was young, my mom used to tell me, you were the brightest kid going out to the bus. Man, I was neon and bright. I always wanted the coolest shoes, and I wanted the flashiest outfits. I loved silver. I loved shiny. I loved neon. I loved bright. I started my own business when I was 13. I was learning how to create PowerPoints when I was 14. I've always been flashy. I'm a merchandiser. My first big job was merchandising. I learned how to take product and make it incredibly appealing. I was learning how to do pricing strategy with clients. I'm a good talker. That's who I am. So what you see from me is who I am. This is who I am. I love red. I love technology. I love being fun and flashy. And so that's, so my girl like Camille, when I'm being who I am, raw and authentic and just being true to who I am and what I am, you'll attract the right people. So Camille's like, I like that too. I like that style, but I don't know how to do that, but I want that. So Justin, I'm going to hire you to help me create it because that's what I want. I just don't know how to make it. That's where Camille's being like, I understand some things that I'm not good at, and I need to get some help with that. So that's a difference, is recognizing that you don't take every single weakness that you have and be like, well, I guess I'll just sit here and enjoy this. But you do want to look at certain things in your life and making sure that you're always being authentic to you, because God will give those desires to you, and you have to, if you have a desire to be a certain way, then you got to figure that out. But you don't want to view a weakness. You don't want to have a perceived weakness. I want to make sure I communicate this right. You don't want to have a perceived weakness that you feel like you need to change, and by changing that, it's going to change who you really feel is you. You don't want to conform to the pattern of this world, amen, and try to become someone you're not simply because you think that's what it takes to be successful. That's what I want you to get, all right? There's things that we need to learn. There's things that we need to grow. But I want to make sure that you're not feeling pressured to change simply to conform to what you think people are going to want to see. You need to learn how to leverage the way you're wired, okay? That's flipping the script, changing your perspective by embracing your perceived weaknesses, all right? The last one, number 3, and then I'm going to get you out of here. Good morning, John. Thanks for coming in, brother. And Jessica, good morning to you. Number 3 is manage your inputs. We're talking about how to overcome imposter syndrome. Manage your inputs. I wrote this down. Pay attention to how you feel when you encounter people. If there's a pattern where your thoughts are being affected negatively by certain people, unsubscribe to them. Manage your inputs. This is important. I had to do this early on. I think I've gotten myself to a nice mix and a nice blend now where I don't have to worry about this so much. But early on, especially my first 1 to 2 years, I had to really be cognizant of how certain people made me feel. And there's going to be people, there were certain people in my life that just, when I would see them, their negativity would bother me, or their, whatever. There's certain people in my life that I had to kind of cut off. You'll outgrow some people. Somebody want to give me an amen to that? There's going to be some people that you were friends with at one point in time that you're going to outgrow. I've outgrown a lot of people. There's people that I would have considered very, 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 very strong social media connections and friends over the past couple of years, and now I had to cut it off. Additionally, this is important. There's also people that you may look up to, and that you may aspire to be in the position that they're in. However, being connected to them and seeing them, seeing where they're at, seeing what they're doing, every time you see them and see what they're up to, it affects your emotions negatively. Again, if there's a pattern where your thoughts are being affected negatively by certain people, unsubscribe. And I had some people that when early on, I'm like, I'm going to connect to this person. I want to learn from them. I'm going to see what they're up to. I'm going to build relationships with them. And then after a period of time, I started realizing that every time I would see them, it would make me question what I was doing. Every time I would see one of their broadcasts, I'd be like, oh, that's such good content. Is my content that good? I would see, man, look how many hits they got on their posts. My posts don't get that many hits. Look at their new blog. Oh, it's so well done. Look at the new thing they added to their website. I don't know if mine's that good. I mean, and it took me a while to realize that I was comparing myself. It's comparisonitis, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? No, I'm gonna eliminate this bullcrap from my mind. And so I'm like, you know what? And the thing is that person did nothing wrong. They're doing their thing. But my visibility of watching them would affect my own mind. And so I'm like, nope. So I disconnected from them. I unfollowed them everywhere, disconnected from them everywhere. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see what you're up to. I don't want to, because every time I see something you're doing, it makes me question what I'm doing. And I've had a handful of people that I've had to do that to over the years, because it wasn't that they were doing anything wrong. It's just that seeing you affects me. And so you need to really, really control what goes on. You need to manage your inputs. So, number 3 is paying attention to how certain people make you feel when you experience them. And if there are people that are continually making you feel off and continually affecting you negatively, figure out what you need to do to eliminate that visibility so you don't have to see them anymore. I've got some family members that I can't eliminate because they're in my family, but I can unfollow them. I don't want to see your stuff because every time I think of your name, it bothers me. Every time I see your face, it irritates me. It's a trigger. So I'm going to shut that off. I don't want to see it. You can be friends, but I don't want to see you. I don't want to see your stuff. All right? I used to have people that would come into my lives just to be a distraction because they thought... I got people in my family that think I play on social media every day. They have no clue what I really do. But I remember when I first got going on the live broadcast thing, they thought this whole broadcast thing was funny. That it was funny that I was coming on Facebook or in Periscope and teaching every day. So they would come into the room just to be a distraction. So I blocked them. I don't feel bad about that whatsoever. 0. You have to, y'all. You've got to protect your mind. All right. So 3 quick things. Let me put these up on the screen for them and get you out of here. All right. 3 quick things. Adopt an action mentality. Remember, action eliminates doubt. Left column, right column activity. It's a powerful thing to do. I challenge you to do it. Flip the script is changing your perspective by embracing your weaknesses. And then number 3 is managing your inputs. I put that up on the screen so you can take that with you for today. If you're on a mobile device, you can turn your device sideways. That'll fill up your screen. You can snapshot that. Take that with you today. If you are dealing with imposter syndrome, in my opinion and in my experience, these 3 are the best, most effective ways for you to start really taking some action against that imposter syndrome and start taking that stuff over. All right, I'm gonna give you that for today. You guys are amazing. Give you a couple seconds to snap it, and we're gonna get out of here. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom, that's what I got for you. I appreciate y'all. You're all amazing, and I appreciate your time. I know 44 minutes of your time is so valuable, so I appreciate you guys spending your time with me this morning. Remember, I'm not going to be on for the rest of the week formally. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you. I'm heading out on a jet plane tomorrow to Phoenix. Just spend the week with my mastermind, so I will be in Phoenix. I'll do some on-location stuff. Should be fun. So you'll see some more from me around the week. Once I have ideas of when I'm going to be broadcasting, I will post those so you guys can be looking out for me. But it's not going to be at my regular clock hour because I'm going to be 2 hours backwards, so it'll be early and things will be happening. So all of that. Appreciate you guys. Y'all are amazing. Have a spectacular, intentional day. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent. Slay those goals that you have, and I will see you all around the web. All right? Take care. God bless. I'll see y'all later.